Hi everybody, my name is Ryan, and I want to talk to you a little bit today about my career goals, some of my aspirations, and where I plan to be in the future as far as a timeline goes. First thing I want to do is talk a little bit about my life experiences. I've been an early educator for over 10 years. I am now the director of education at my school. And in my time of teaching, I had only a few children at my school that I actually ever had to disenroll. And that was because we couldn't meet their needs. And mostly that was because they were on the spectrum. And I always hated the fact that we couldn't reach them. We couldn't get to those kids because of lack of training and just knowing what we needed to do to help them in the best capacity. So I decided that I wanted to take up applied behavioral analysis as my career and work as a therapist with children with autism. And so that's kind of what led me to my career choice on there. As far as my personality goes and how that will help me in my career, according to my Talent Today profile, I'm very outgoing, I'm easy to communicate with, I'm energetic and creative. And so all those things will help a lot within my career. I will have to be doing a lot of parent interaction, possibly even talking to large groups. So being outgoing will help with that. Being creative will help me to come up with curriculum in places where there is no curriculum to help this particular group of students that are on the autism spectrum disorder. Also, according to my Harry Potter House survey, I'm also a good leader and I have a strong work ethic, which is good because this means a career with long hours and lots of collaboration and kind of heading up projects. So we'll need that leadership and that work ethic as well. As far as my own personal passions, as we discussed in our Yellow Dig post that we had, my passions were all about being creative, and also autism research is a passion of mine, so that totally plays into my career of what I want to do. I love to read about the cutting edge interventions that are out there and the things that people are doing to help promote awareness of autism, but also to help people understand that kids with autism aren't necessarily something to shove in a classroom by themselves, but they can work right alongside with typically able children and to be very, very successful at that. So passion is autism research, and it goes right into my career choice. Biases. So according to my ITA quiz that I took, I do have some biases, and they're unusual. One of my biases that it said I had was I had a affinity towards thinner people over those who may be heavier, which is insane. If you look at me, I'm definitely a heavier person, so it was very interesting to read those type of things. So I feel like, according to our TED Talks that we had, that playing into that, finding out about the people that may have biases towards, appreciating them for their differences, that will help to overcome those biases. Another bias I have is, according to my Harry Potter house quiz, with that strong work ethic, is people that might be slacking a little bit, may not be putting in 100% when I'm working on a project with them. And so I'm going to think they can't help, they can't contribute, and I'm going to have to take time to find out where they can help me and how they can help us reach our goals in there. So I kind of have to cut down on those biases. My career. Again, my interest in early education have been for over a decade. I actually want to do everything I can possibly do to help children in areas that they're lacking in. I wrote my own children's book and illustrated it to help teach science and technology and engineering and math in there. And so I want to take this creativity and kind of throw that into the field of applied behavioral analysis therapy. And I also plan on writing a book soon. Actually, I've already started it, on children with autism. It's a book for siblings and for friends and for parents on understanding why children with autism may be learning differently, but they are learning. And so it's a book based on that. What impact do I hope to have on my community? Here in the West Valley where I live, there is very limited services. Most of the time I have people calling me at school and saying I'm having issues with an older brother or another sibling or a cousin or something like that, and where do I go to get services? And they're very, very limited. Southwest Human Development actually has quite a few services around the valley, but on the west side it's very limited. So by me coming in and working specifically with the West Valley, I think I'll help my community. Also, the minority community is very underserved here in Arizona in the West Valley, so I know that I will impact by specifically targeting those kids that are in that minority group that aren't getting the services they need. And according to research, about 20% less minority students are diagnosed with autism, even though they're showing the exact same behaviors. So working with them specifically will help out my community. What are my education goals? So, plan to complete my master's in applied behavioral analysis from ASU. That is definitely my goal. My family partner goals. Now, according to my DST, a lot of my home life and work life mix together in there. And so I need to set goals not only with my family, but with my work, and then have them help each other. So my goal for my family is to continue keeping them in the loop about what I'm doing for my career, letting them know what I'm going for, and they will help me with that. Also with my work, asking for time off to do observations and to do internships will help me as well. We also plan on adopting a child this year. We're already working towards that, so that's one of my big goals as well. And I just want to become completely financially comfortable within the next 6 to 10 years. And so getting my master's degree into getting in that studies will help out with that. My location goals, again, is to stay in Arizona, to stay in the West Valley, and to tend to the population that is here. My financial goals are very simple. Applied behavioral analysis degree, a therapist who is BCBA, that's board certified, will make between $80,000 and $90,000 after about 10 years in the field, between 8 and 10 years. So that is my goal, to make between $80,000 and $90,000 within there. My other learning goals is I may have to have a short internship, so I understand that. Typically they're between 6 months and a year. And also I want to be BCBA certified for board certified behavioral analysis. So I plan on getting that as well. So last thing is just looking to the future and my timeline on it. So where I want to be in the next 3 years is I want to finish my master's and have that wrapped up as far as my education goes. In 5 years, I want to be already established within a reputable company, and I've been searching for those already. Places like Southwest Human Development have a lot of need for applied behavioral analysis therapists as well. In 10 years, I plan to be established as an ABA and been granted board certification by the BCBA, and making between that $80,000 and $90,000 a year for my family. So I'll be doing what I love, what I'm passionate about, what uses my talents, and also making a decent living as well for my family. It's a perfect career choice for me. Couldn't think of anything better. Thank you very much. I've enjoyed the class. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.